because it's hard to tell who's actually making the decision about the timeline. The president came out initially and said that we were withdrawing immediately. Once he said that, the Turks obviously did not like that very much because they wanted a more controlled and more coordinated pullout to ensure that when the Americans left, that there wouldn't be a security void that the Turks couldn't fill on their own. The Kurds, obviously, are partners on the ground. The YPG were also worried about what might happen to them once the Americans withdrew, if that wasn't coordinated with the Turks and if the Americans weren't able to get some assurances from the Turks regarding the safety of the YPG members. And so this trip by John Bolton, which really should have taken place before any kind of announcement happened, but the trip by Ambassador Bolton was basically meant to iron out a lot of these details that hadn't been ironed out before. I imagine that he'll go back to Washington with a readout of what happened on his trip, from the discussions that he had, concerns on the part of our allies and partners, and then once he goes back to Washington, briefs the president on his trip, then I imagine we might have a little bit of a better idea on how we're going to proceed moving forward.